Hello, TriDelta. My name is Liz Crawley, and I'm the current Curriculum and Resource Development Manager at TriDelta's Executive Office. I'm coming to you today from my home in Fort Worth, Texas. I have two master's degrees, one in higher education student affairs and the other in couples and family therapy. It's truly an honor to have been asked to share with you some tips to use in your relationships during COVID-19. Before I get started, I want to make sure to remind everyone that not everyone is fortunate enough to be in a healthy relationship or environment. Other relationships might have already started deteriorating before the pandemic started, while others might have just started blossoming. Regardless, I want to remind people that it's difficult for all of us. Life is different, uncertain, and changing, and people respond to change in different ways. The new daily life will be hard for individuals in healthy, positive relationships and potentially intensify negativity and issues in other relationships. I want to make sure everyone understands that the tips I'm going to share are not meant to solve deep-rooted relationship issues, nor are they to take the place of seeking professional help. So, when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in relationships, I was overwhelmed with ideas, but I came down to three things that I think are going to be really impactful, not only during COVID-19, but even after COVID-19. So the three things I'm going to share with you might seem fundamental, maybe a little basic, and even common sense. But what I've found is that they're often really hard to put into practice or not even practiced at all. So what are the three things that I want to talk about? So the first thing is recognizing. And what I mean by recognizing is recognizing your thoughts. What are you saying to yourself on a daily basis about life, about yourself, and about your partner? And what feelings are being provoked from those thoughts? And then taking a little bit of time to talk about how your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are connected and influence one another. The second piece of recognizing I want to talk about is what I like to call shiny objects. I mean, who doesn't like a shiny object, right? Well, unfortunately, shiny objects aren't always the best thing to be paying attention to, right? So what I mean by a shiny object is the thing, object, word, behavior that's masking what is really going on for an individual. So if you've ever been in a moment when you thought to yourself, oh, we're having this really good conversation with my partner about the 50 states, and all of a sudden my partner starts yelling about how these chairs aren't in the right order, and you're thinking to yourself, where is this coming from? What is going on? That's a shiny object. The second piece that I want to talk about is putting everything on the table. Communication is ever more so important now than ever before. I use a metaphor about dinner and setting the dinner table to help couples understand the importance of being intentional with communicating. The last piece I want to talk about is change. We are changing every day, evolving as individuals. And while we can't control when the pandemic will end and change, we can control how we respond to the crisis and how we respond to our partner. The piece that I focus on regarding change is impermanence and how impermanence can benefit your relationship. If you want to hear more information about these topics, please listen to the Let's Talk TriDelta podcast. I really want to say thank you and just explain how grateful I am to TriDelta for talking about topics and issues that are relevant and important to families, individuals, and couples today. Make sure you check out the other 3 for You series.